watching bits.
In this week's programme, I'll be going head-to-head with a bunch of armless dwarfs in Kiss Psycho Circus.
And I'll be checking out all the gnarly action on the PlayStation 2.
And I'll be golfing and fishing.
But first, here's this week's gaming news.
Some of you may have been wondering what the hoot's been going on with a certain game called Daikatana. There's been lots of talk, months of talk, years of talk.
5 years.
And then suddenly, silence. But guess what?
Just in on the shop shelves.
Just in on the shop shelves with no preview copies for us.
Just slipped right in there.
Just slipped right in there when we weren't even looking.
Scrutinizing.
Reviewing.
Suspicious.
Damn right.
Played it yet, Bouff?
Yesterday.
Verdict? That bad?
Well, getting hold of a copy is bad enough. Getting it up and running is the next thing.
Well, perhaps your PC is buggy.
Perhaps.
And Usagi bestowed the sword with certain time-wandering capabilities, which have been used to alter our own perceptions of reality.
Right.
Couple of weeks back, we gave you the latest news on the great super console race.
The Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and the Dolphin.
So we thought it was high time that we give you a bit of an up-to-date on what's happening now.
A month ago, we'd put the Dreamcast in first place, leaving all these other horses still quivering in their stalls.
Well, let's see what's happening, shall we? Looks like the Dreamcast is still in first. It's cut its price to 150 quid. It's added Choo Choo Rocket, fantastic game to the cost, and you can also use it to go online right now. That makes this little baby the thoroughbred of the moment.
This is, however, closely followed by the PlayStation 2. Now, we've always expected this hot shotter to be a strong contender, because the average Joe has long been awaiting the second coming. So, this little galloper is closely sniffing the butt of the Dreamcast.
In third place is the Xbox, the dark horse in the running. It looks fantastic on paper, and the demo is a treat. It's an outsider, but expect it to boff a stonker upon its release.
And then there's the Dolphin. Oh, unfortunately, with no console, no software, no specifications, price tag, not even an artist's impression, Nintendo's sequel to the N64 is looking like a little fishy out of water. So, you're staying right there, Muffin.
But don't rule them out. We're looking forward to the Game Boy Advance, and there's a rumor of a portable N64. Oh, yeah. And finally, take a look at this.
Bad news for London. Car crime has increased recently.
That was from last year's Mission Pack add-on to car crime caper Grand Theft Auto.
It was set in 1960s London and chocker with Union Jack, Jaguar, E-types, and minis for your criminal hands to get a hold of. Now, what would Michael Caine have to say to that lot?
Hang on, lads, I've got an idea.
Well, an idea was had, so come 2001, you're going to get the chance to join the Self-Preservation Society in the Italian Job on the PlayStation.
It was only a matter of time. As Charlie Croker, your aim is to tea leave £4 million worth of bullion, stash it in the boots of 3 minis, and hot-foot it back to Blighty. The game will cover the 4 different playing areas of London, the Alps, and Turin. And like Driver, you'll be able to go wherever and whenever you want.
Hopefully, you won't end up being in the scrubs.
You're only supposed to play the bloody doors on.
Don't you throw those bloody spears at me!
That's Zulu, Alex.
The Gathering of Developers has 2 of the hottest and weirdest games coming onto the market. Kiss Psycho Circus, their Nightmare Child, and Heavy Metal Fact 2. Kiss? Yes, apparently the High Commanders of Camp are back. The story is based on the Todd McFarlane series of the same name, but thankfully looks a lot better than the game's spin-off Spawn as before, and you get to be each of the 4 band members in this first-person shoot-'em-up. Each item of clothing provides you with special powers, like platform boots which give you more speed. The circus scene is very twisted, with hordes of nasty creatures. Expect to be wilded by up to 30 of the little rats at any one time. This is old-style gameplay, where you fight your way through the hierarchy until you meet the Uber boss, who you'll recognise by his leather codpiece.
And if that last game had you salivating, then this next one will have you
positively dragging your tongue along the floor behind you. Yes, it features the winsome Fact 2, which is the name of the game, the character, her home planet, and it's the future government of the universe's name for a no-go zone. In case you're wondering, Fact 2 is modelled on a Penthouse Pet of the Year from way back in the 20th century. She's more pneumatic than Lara, every bit as flexible, and has a cunning double-handed weaponry system to boot. You can only aim one weapon at a time, but if you're holding a sword and shield combo, you can use one to protect and the other to attack with. With gobsmackingly gorgeous environments, plenty of action, and lots of exploration, Fact 2 is shaping up to be a beauty. Downside is, there's no multiplayer planned, while Psycho Circus promises death matches. So, Kiss with her cartoon look has ended up as a real comic book and a game, while one-time animation Heavy Metal has become a film and now a game. Interesting, huh?
A few weeks ago, we brought you the virtual reality golfing game, but that proved to be a resounding miss. So we wanted to show you some serious virtual reality kit just to prove that the future really is now. Now, these eyeglasses are currently being used by architects for things like space planning, health and safety tests.
And also by medical researchers who are helping to develop drugs to combat things like scotoma, microsopium, phonophobia, fortification spectrum.
But you don't really want to know all that guff now, do you? What you want to know is what games does it work with and when does the gaming start?
The list of games I've got in front of me reads like the best computer games in the world ever. Unreal Tournament, Half-Life, Quake, Rainbow Six.
In fact, any game that uses a mouse to maneuver can be virtually realitized. Way! So that means that it's really good news for fraggers and sim freaks.
However, there are a couple of snags with these eyeglasses. They may put some weight on your shoulders, but they'll certainly lighten your pockets up.
That means that they're expensive.
Getting hold of a pair of these InterSense InnoTrax 30 will set you back a cool grand. But here's the rub. Unlike our old toy golf game, this baby ain't portable. So while you do get to burn some serious 3D action onto the backs of your eyeballs, you'll have to stay tied to that PC.
Ah, yes, the great outdoors, the home of health, clean living, and sports. Don't you just hate it out here? So whether you're a sartorially challenged git who likes nothing better than to thwack little balls into holes, or a good old boy who likes to give fish forcible piercings through their stiff upper lips, then come, follow me indoors into the great, wild, blue screen yonder. Golf. Proof that the devil finds work for idle hands. PGA Golf 2000 has that slightly Hollywood feel. From the motivational opening video to the camera-clad spectators peering around the golfers to catch a glimpse of a celebrity, it begs you to put the club in your hand and change the course of destiny. The latest version in the franchise offers the same high-powered putting as in the previous two installments, but with added extras. Everything's got that new and improved sheen, from the trademark True Swing to the smashing designer leopard skin prints you can don on your person. True Swing truly is a revolutionary way to play computerized golf, because as the man with the hairy hand will show you, your intricate mouse movements mirror the professional swing. I'm sure the interactive porn industry could use this technology as well, if not better.
Oh, missed it just right of the hole.
But if the soft clap and swelling guitar rock of golf does your nut in, and you prefer your games to be a bit more subdued, then hit the southern U.S. lakes for a bit of low-speed, sub-enthusiastic fishing in Field and Stream. Trophy Bass 4. I can just about believe they made it to number 2 in the series, but 4? 4! Why are computerized fishing games so popular? Come on, people, they're not real fishies. You can't mount them on your wall and eat them with chips. Tirade over. Trophy Bass 4 is chock-a with tips, trips, and baits. Put on your mustache, stonewash those jeans, and break out the baseball caps. Grab yourself a beer and a banjo. Welcome to Deliverance Country. There are 25 real-life lakes, a choice of bait and lager, and plenty of professional squareness and streamed how-to videos. All you need now are some midgies, and you're on that riverbank, buddy. But prepare to stare at a turquoise screen for a long time. Come on, all you muscle-bound adventurers. Don't poison yourself with polluted water or asphyxiate with airbound neurotoxins. If you are to pursue these perverse activities, then please do so in the comfort of your own home, where the titties and munchies are but a refrigerator away. PGA Golf and Trophy Bass 4 are out right now. It's boozy time.
A few weeks back, we asked you to design a special flower and tell us what special properties it would have and why.
So thank you to Conrad for your plant. This has many unique smells and tastes, but I do think that chocolate mousse and chili is a bit of a bizarre bouquet.
Yes, but Conrad, it's grey. It's the kind of flower John Major would wear in his buttonhole.
So this week's winner is Owen. Anyone who can think of a plant which looks like an inflatable sheep, smells like Teen Spirit, is 200 feet tall, orange, and plays the banjo, is in need of serious help. Yes, you are.
Which, in this case, comes as a load of official 3-lines PlayStation goodies. Woohoo!
We also got a really interesting email from a girl called Lucy Porter in Doncaster, and she asks, are there any all-girl gaming leagues that are online?
Well, we had a good look around on the web, and we came up with a site dedicated to women gamers who like fragging online. The address is www.womengamers.com.
We've also heard about an all-girl gaming night that's happening in London at the Playing Fields on the 13th of July. Your best bet for more information on this is to email Sam at events@theplayingfields.co.uk.
But girls, don't be such wussies. We could teach those boys a thing or two if we got between the crosshairs.
Beware, cowards. If you want to drop us a question, then email us at the usual address of bits@channel4.com or visit the site at www.fordlater.com/bits. After the break, we're going back to the future and reminiscing about a few of those old but certainly not forgotten arcade classics. Oh no!
And at number 5, we kick off with that time-travelling turkey, Daikatana. John Romero has been described as the daddy of game design, and this has been described as his illegitimate child. Span the 4 different time zones of Japan, Greece, Norway and San Francisco as you attempt to fight stuff and finish the game. The only person who would be happy to own this game is Bernard Matthews. What's tuna-friendly, swims at the bottom of the sea and is at number 4 in our Bits chart this week.
It's Echo the Dolphin, the gorgeous and very playable marine title in which you explore every nook and cranny of the ocean floor in search of friend and foe and the occasional jellyfish. You will fall in love with Echo, so if you fancy a change from the usual driving, shooting and fighting games, become your own eco warrior.
A numero 3, c'è Mille Miglia. The Mille Miglia was one of the most spectacular events in motor racing. Touring 1,000 miles of Italian countryside, it attracted racing greats such as Moss, Fangio and Ascari. The race is still run, but only with cars built before 1957. So pick your classic car and take to the hills in this PlayStation game. Take in the countryside as you drive through mountain tracks and villages where time has stood still. This game is quality racing for enthusiasts. Splendid! A sterling effort from SCI, infamous creators of Carmageddon series. But remember, it's not the winning that counts. At number 2 in the Bits chart this week is Silent Bomber.
And it just goes to show that simple ideas are often the best. It's a left-to-right scroll 'em up like Double Dragon, but instead of karate chopping your way out of trouble, you lay dynamite, leg it, and then set it off. This game will teach you to stop worrying and love the bomb, man. It's a blast.
So, ice hockey has finally skated its way onto the Dreamcast. At number 1 is NHL 2000. The game has over 1,600 motion capture moves to make sure that it's as close to the real thing as you're ever likely to get on your screen. Presumably, a lot of the motion capture was of people drinking beer, eating hot dogs, poleaxing the opposition and knocking teeth out. Lovely.
Cross ice to Smith.
And we couldn't resist slipping in an extra game into this week's shop shelf. Operation Winback is set to be a hit on your N64s. A massive satellite orbiting the Earth has been taken hostage by terrorists. Not that dangerous, you might think. Unfortunately, it is, because this satellite has the ability to fire a laser more powerful than a nuclear bomb. Take control of Jean-Luc Cougar and prowl around the impregnable army base, picking off extremists. This week's cheat comes straight from the developers of Operation Winback, a game of stealth, cunning, and quiet. So obviously there's only one weapon for a job like that, a flamethrower. To unlock this subtle gem for multiplayer gaming, all you have to do is select the character Thunder. Then in the game, raise your weapon, then press reload to throw some serious flames.
Later on this year, Sony will at last allow us Western Europeans to catch up with the rest of the world and start playing PlayStation 2. And the first award goes to Dropship by Studio Camden! Set in a far future, this is a multi-action game that has you taking control in an epic war. Invade new galaxies in style in the dropship of your choice. Combining a flight sim and air-to-ground combat with real-time strategy influences, this promises to be anything but boring. Tactics and skill are going to be in high demand for this PlayStation 2 beauty.
Dragon Racer Real Software! Meet Rin, a sword-wielding, spell-casting, dragon-riding, corset-bursting vixen. This game looks pretty impressive, with a multitude of huge bad-breathed monsters in need of a good frying. Dragon blends ground and air-based combat with the help of your noble and trusty dragon, Arok. With 12 spells, over 100 different weapons, and a unique trading system, Dragon looks set to be a real PlayStation 2 puller. Formula 1 World Grand Prix 2000! Here you get the full throttle of 800 plus horsepower engines right from the driver's seat. As one of 22 fully licensed drivers, you can compete in picture-perfect authenticity in every Grand Prix, from the brand new Indy circuit to the classic twists of Monaco. What's really clever is that because the game won't be out until the end of the year, all the drivers, tracks and actual races from the year 2000 season will be included, making it the most powerful, speedy Formula 1 game ever. But then, it's on PlayStation 2. There is no excuse. Onimusha Warlords by Capcom. Imagine a survival horror game given the samurai treatment and set in 16th century Japan, and you've got gamers salivating like rabid dogs. A young princess, the sister of the almighty Nobunaga, is kidnapped. As an honourable samurai swordsman, you volunteer to rescue and avenge the princess, not realising the demon warriors that await you. Onimusha is also the first game to use background animation technology, which creates incredible details with wind effects, waterfalls and insects scuttling about. If the storyline's up to scratch, this could be a real biggie for PlayStation 2. And given that it's been written by Flagship, we should be on to a real winner.
It's been a bad year for Super Cop Max Payne. The rough and ready U.S. police officer, whose name is synonymous with stud-like behavior and a pistol-whipping complex, has gone from owner of the key to the city to public enemy number one. And he ain't got no one to turn to. But Max, true misunderstood American hero, ain't given up yet. He's got his name to clear, his wife and family's murder to avenge, his best pal's death to mourn, and a killer drug to stop. No wonder he's so touchy. Straight from the Gathering of Developers studio in Dallas, Texas, comes this great-looking shooter with a John Woo complex. It should be out at the end of the year, but as it's been delayed at least 3 times already, we could be looking at a late starter. We've been doing a lot of jabbering on about future technology. We thought that we would take a glance back at where it all began. Yes, retro geeks, you're getting yours.
This gear is so hot that we're being driven to a secret location. And just to make sure that me and Alex don't come back in the middle of the night and nick everything, we've taken precautions.
Wow!
Hello!
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, Andy from ArcadeWarehouse.com has brought us all this fantastic retro gear in
This
today.
is brilliant.
I love all the old retro stuff because a lot of these games here that you see have got a really good X factor, which I think sometimes you don't get in some of today's games.
So which one of these babies are you particularly proud of?
Probably Pac-Man.
Combined with pinball, 2 of my favourite things. This is so beautiful. Look at that.
The mechanics of the pinball table kept on breaking down, which put a lot of the operators off. And also the players themselves, you know, they didn't know, is it a video game or was it a pinball machine?
How do you get a hold of something like this?
Yeah, these rare ones.
Well, I mean, okay, if you're new to it, what I'd suggest you do is you could start off by going to your local arcade, you know, at the end of the pier, chip shop, fun fair when it's in town. You could also try the Yellow Page or something like that. Or failing that, I mean, you could also look on the internet or go onto one of the online auction sites.
How much is one of these?
Well, this particular one, this would go for around about £1,500, £1,600.
Oh no! I don't know about you guys, but when I think about retro gaming, my first thought goes back to Paperboy, because I used to spend all my money getting to Paperboy and shoving all of my quarters in. But you know what I noticed about this machine when I played it today? Is that I'm a lot taller when I'm playing it, so I had to actually crouch down.
Was it easy before?
A lot easier before. Ah! I'm dead! If you really want to talk about classics, then this one is one of the originals.
Indeed it is,
Asteroids.
Yes. This in its first year, this machine made for the operators just over $750 million in quarters. Can you believe that?
So why do you do this then? Why do you sell these games?
At the end of the day, what I'm doing is I'm not actually selling video games, I'm selling people back their childhood memories.
Mind if we just take this one home?
Well, you know, if you slip me a few quid, I might just change my mind.
So, what did you get up to for the T4 show?
Well, we kind of went PlayStation 2 mad, and I got to have a look at Power Stone 2, which was originally a Dreamcast launch title, Power Stone. Now, obviously, on PlayStation 2, completely mental. They've upped the mayhem stakes by going 4-player.
Ooh, well, I never.
What about you, Bird?
Oh, well, I played Tekken Tag Tournament. Yep, same as ever. Absolutely beautiful graphics. And you've got the new added bonus of the strategic element. Very, very good.
Cool.
Yep.
Nice. And then there's Alex. Poor Alex.
Poor Alex. You're slightly disturbed by Munch's Odyssey. This week, we're giving you the opportunity to win a PlayStation Soundstation bundle.
But we're not going to make it easy for you. You still have to partake in our little game of Truth or Dare.
You know when your friends say, I tell you, you could have had a pin drop. Well, we want to know what's the worst clanger you've ever dropped and left the room in deathly silence.